Right, good morning everybody. I'm going to do a small video now on a wonderful machine I have created that spams out diamonds basically. First a quick note, as you can tell I'm using a different texture pack for some of the mods. This is called Sphax, I think it is, S-P-H-A-X, and although it has a main texture pack for everything, I wasn't a fan of that, but somehow I really like the ones that are just modded. So I've got the Industrial Craft 2 version of it and Buildcraft, but not better than Wolves yet. I didn't get on with the hemp on that, etc. Right, so I started off basically, as you can see, my standard island layout, a few rubber trees, a few thingamybobs, normal trees, and some ploughing and solar panels. And I was originally going to make this a Better Than Wolves island to show off, but then I got distracted by making half a dozen other things. What have I got in here? Nothing. Making half a dozen other things and building some wonderful factories and stuff. And now I've got all the advanced machines and all that. So yeah, this kind of went off key on my initial purpose, so I'm going to instead make this about the wonderful diamond making machine I've created. Oops. I'll make a Better Than Wolves video at some point soon. Right, let me first get all of this started and I can show you what it is. Basically, to get this as efficient as it is, you need a combination of Buildcraft, Red Power machines and Equivilent Exchange. And I've got the standard up here, the standard, actually it's probably better to show you from the other room where I've got a bit more room. I've got the standard layout of cobblestone generators basically, which means the lava and the water here, when that block gets destroyed, they will combine, meet up and make another cobblestone. The same applies there, there. So I've made this so that each of these grids give out four different cobblestone. It's quite efficient, as they're dotted all the way along. And then the next stage is I use these machines, which are block destroyers from Red Power's machines, which are very useful, a lot better than pistons for what they do, and I'll show you my farms using them in a minute actually. So every time this thing pulses, it destroys the block, and the best part about that is it can pulse as often as you want, because let me show you, the water and lava actually make blocks quite often. So if you pulse this every couple of seconds, you'll get a block every couple of seconds out of it, and it doesn't get in the way like piston farming does. So now I've got all of these blocks spamming through here. This will speed up in a minute because all the middle layers, they don't have energy pipe speeders, gold piping, you know what I mean. There you go, it's starting to get more aggressive. Right, what happens next is, using Equivalent Exchange, these split into 4 different pipes, and it turns cobblestone into clay using a philosopher's stone in the box and one in the chest near it, otherwise it won't work. Now originally I had all of this pipework going to one of these, and I had 4 engines. Even 4 engines on red couldn't keep up with one of these. These, you can see, I've only just switched on a little while back, so they're still only green and can't quite keep up with the load, even though I've got 2 of them, but I assure you once they're on red or orange they can easily cope with it. Now, one thing I have to say quickly, if you exit the game and come back in, these tend to synchronise up. If you have both of them pulsing at exactly the same time, so they hit the wooden pipe at the same time, it only counts as 1. So I've got alternate switches, not for that one, but for these and these. So I've got one switch for affecting each one, and that way I can stop them in order and get them pulsing at separate intervals. Right, so all of that makes clay. Clay comes into here, same thing happens, turns it into iron, which this is also having trouble keeping up with. Now once it's made into iron, it's quite simple. 4 of them equals gold, 4 gold equals diamond, and in this case I've made them all into blocks of diamond. You'll be able to see in a second. That'll take too long. And as you can see, since I've built this machine, I have got a lot of diamond out of it. And the joy about Equivalent Exchange is you can turn the diamonds back into anything else, so just consider it a massive storage facility. It's a way of storing any blocks you want in the game, and you can turn them all the way back into whatever on earth you want out of them. so it's very efficient to store all this stuff. And yep, here we go, some of them are turning orange finally, and that should help keep up with the demand. Otherwise, in this case, if there's not enough space in here, the blocks will just start piling up on top and sit around being wasted, which is a shame. But yeah, that's the massive diamond spammer that I was quite proud of. I'll show you in a second what I intend to do with it though, now that I've updated it. This is a condenser. What it does is it's a new block from Equivilent Exchange that turns, with an awful lot of fuel, can turn a block of diamond into dark matter. Now I've already done this with 2 of mine, but originally I had all of these machines here pumping out these sugarcane here, and all of the sugarcane was getting, let me see if I can work out where it is, there it is. It's getting pumped down here and turned into first sugar, then redstone, and then 2 redstone into coal. Now I've recently found out that in fact 2 sugar can be converted straight into coal, so I could have skipped a step here, but it doesn't matter. So I got a steady flow of coal coming out of that factory up there, which was very useful to fuel that machine. But now that I've finished with the machine, I was saving up for the Gem of Eternal Density, which I'll show off in a minute. Now that I've finished with it, I just pipe all the coal straight back in here. A quick note about these block breakers that I was talking about a minute ago. They make excellent farming machines. Now anyone who's made a piston farm will know it's the same layout, except the pistons will push the block every, whatever you've put your timer at, every 30 seconds, every 5 seconds, whatever. And it'll push the block into the middle, into a water funnel, which will float it away down to wherever you want. Anyone who's made one of those farms before will know the irritation of getting at least 20% of your broken block sat on the top here, and that is avoided here because they literally break the block and spit it out the back. See if we can come up with an example. Probably not. But yeah, the added benefit is when pistons extend, they if at that particular second one of the items decides to grow and the piston's in the way, it won't grow. So this also avoids interfering with the growth cycle. And what it does, it pulses every few seconds, splits all the items in the middle down into the Buildcraft pipes. Same on this side, although I haven't got as many. Oh, there we go, a couple going now. So yeah, that was very useful because it also counts as standard redstone farm. One thing I have to note, I did have a lot more of these. I had twice as many lines when I first started getting hemp in, but using this method you never get hemp seeds. I think it's to do with the way it breaks the block, but with pistons you used to get seeds as well as the actual hemp, but with this you never get seeds for some reason. But I got a load of seeds when I destroyed one of the lines anyway, so I can remake them. And then I've got the old millstone running here. I was originally going to power that, use that to power a load of dynamos, but I haven't got around to that yet. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of hemp coming in. That's not automated yet, I just move them over there when I get bored, although it wouldn't be too difficult to pipe them. But yes, one thing I did want people around for... Ah, good, they're all orange now. I'm going a lot quicker. Oops. Yep, looks easily keeping up with demand now. Cool. One thing I did want to show off is the complete removal of all of this out of the loop. Now that I've got the Gem of Eternal Density, I can do that. And look at that. It automatically does works its magic on anything you put in there instantly and turns it straight into what you want, straight into diamonds. And the good thing about this is it's not relying on the pulse of a piston or anything like that, so pretty much you could make this farm 100 times bigger and it'll still work instantly to change it all up to diamond. Now you can see, although a bunch of those were the diamonds I put in a second ago, you're actually getting them in relatively quickly. It's not an instant diamond farm yet, but you're getting in way more than you would from mining anyway, and it's all completely free. Now at some point in the future I plan to do a bit of changing around on this. Because this has made all of this section obsolete, I want to make it so that I can create an output of anything I want. Like you flip a redstone, you flip a switch to a certain area and it will turn it into, I don't know, an iron production facility. Turn another one, it will turn it into a smooth stone production facility. I'm really looking forward to planning how to do that, and I think it'll be quite nice. Just got to figure out what to do with all of this stuff though, now that it's obsolete. Any ideas? Post them in. Thanks for watching.